Yo, what's up, guys? How you guys doing out there today? This is Stephen Jimenez from the Roto Beast team, and I'm here to present you our NBA picks for Monday, January 29th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. And please make sure to click the like button on this video as it really helps us out. So, before I jump into this slate, I'm just going to let you know real quick. Hey, the money team keeps rolling. Another day of cashing for us. We've won 10 of the past 12 days. I don't want you to think I'm just sitting here just saying this and it's not really true. So do me a favor, go check out my social media sites at RotoBeast. I got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You'll see my logo. Check it out. I let my results speak for itself. If you haven't jumped on the money team, you better jump on the money team now. You can visit my website at www.rotobeast.net. So yeah, hey, the money's looking good right now. Very excited how things have been going. I'm gonna stick with the process. I do this with you guys every night. And let's jump into this slate. So there's a couple things that we are still waiting on. As far as line-wise, injury news, etc. We will, kind of get into things that we do know about already. So first, we got Minnesota going into Atlanta to face the Hawks. This game has a 215.5 implied total. Minnesota's favored by 5.5. Then we got Charlotte going into Indiana to face the Pacers. This game has a 215 implied total. Indiana's favored by 2.5. Then we got Boston going into Denver to face the Nuggets. This game has a 204.5 implied total. Denver's favored by 1.5. Then we got Philadelphia going into Milwaukee to face the Bucks. We don't have a line on this game yet, and we also got Phoenix going into Memphis to face the Grizzlies. That game we don't have a line yet neither. I'm waiting on some injury news on both of those games. The last game I haven't even brought up. I'm not really going to look at. Maybe try to get a piece or something, but that's about it. You got Miami going into Dallas to face the Mavericks. It's going to be a very slow tempo game. This game has 196 implied total. So like I said, this is not something I'm really going to be targeting. But yeah, those are the games. Let's just jump into the picks and we'll kind of see what we could come up with. All right. So sorry, I don't know what's going on with my internet. It's been a little bit slow for me the last couple of days. My bill's paid though, that's for sure. So I don't know. I have to call and see what's going on. But hey, as long as we get through this, that's what matters. So we'll start at point guard. First thing first, we got Kyrie Irving going into Boston. I'm sorry, going into Denver to face the Nuggets. He's 9,000 for him to hit value. We're gonna need about 45. It's not a bad matchup. The only thing is I don't really like going with people who are going into Denver because they kind of struggle sometimes due to the altitude and stuff. But Irving, he's a baller. He had a day's rest. I think he'll be fine. He's playing well right now. He's coming off a 37 actual scoring point game against Golden State. You can't expect that, but he's been scoring the ball. He's got you 33 or more in 3 of the past 4 games. Playing well, 42 fantasy points at least, 9,000 for him to hit value. You need 45. He's averaging 39 on the season. I think he's a solid play against Denver. We got Kimba. I usually like Kimba on the road. At home more than on the road. But it's a small slate, and we gotta kind of go with what we could find. He's in a solid spot. Very up tempo game against the Pacers. 8,500. The price tag is up a little bit. You need 42 for him to hit value. But he's playing well. In the past 5 games, 4 of the past 5, he's got you at least 44, which is pretty much going to be value on this price tag. I definitely think he could do it once again in an up tempo game against the Pacers. We got Bledsoe. His price is just fair for him to hit value. You need about 35. Up tempo game against the 76ers. Thing about him is you wish he played a little bit more minutes. I wish he would play about 34, 35 minutes. The past 3 games, he's got 32, 29, 29. But he fills up the stat sheet. He's the starting point guard. I like him. I think he's a fair price. 35 for him to hit value. He's averaging 33 on the season. He has 50-point upside. He's been getting in the 40s regularly. So I like Bledsoe once again. Then we got Teague. I love point guards going against Atlanta. Schroeder, he's a good offensive player, but he sucks at defense. Teague, you need 30 for him to hit value. He came out of last game with an injury or something. Only played 24 minutes. But they said that they didn't think that it was serious and that They were just being cautious. So, I mean, if he's going to play, he's going to play his regular minutes. I definitely do like T going against Atlanta. And if he's out, I mean, then you're going to end up going with Tyus Jones. He's going to be pretty much a lock, must start if he's going to start at point guard for T. So just keep an eye on the injury news. And then lastly, at point guard, I like Darren Carlson. He's been playing well, going against Charlotte. Kemba Walker, I mean, he's not the best defender. I mean, this guy, in the past 3 games, he's got you at least 31 fantasy points. For him to get value, you need about 27. He's averaging 27 on the season, right there where you want him to get. He's playing pretty consistent. You know, he fills up the stat sheet a little bit. I definitely like Carlson. Shooting guard, we start with Evans. He's been out a couple days being sick, but this is I think it said he practiced Sunday and hopefully he's gonna play on Monday. I think he's gonna be fine. He had a couple extra days of rest body wise as well. This is a very solid matchup against Phoenix. They're one of the most up-tempo teams in the league. They don't play no defense. For him to hit value, you need 41. He's averaging 35 on the season. I mean, I really like him in this spot if he's gonna play, 30. We'll say 35 minutes that he was pretty much playing. I mean, last time he went against him, he put up 44 fantasy points. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what you need in this spot. I do like Evans. Booker on the other side of the ball. They actually moved on to point guard. This dude's getting massive usage at point guard. Massive. One thing that does worry me is he's on a back-to-back. He played 41 minutes tonight, scored 31 actual fantasy points. So hopefully, he can have his legs underneath them. I mean, Memphis is somewhat of a pretty good defensive team. But I still like Booker. I mean, he's a young guy. He's not like a veteran you really got to worry about. So I think he could definitely still have a good game. Then we got Middleton. I like Middleton. Sixers up-tempo game. For him to hit value, you need about 37. Averaging 35 on the season. He's just a guy you can get low on. Nobody really plays. He has 50-point upside. I definitely like him. I think he's a solid play. Then we got, I like Harris, but I just feel he's a little bit overpriced against Boston. You got Wiggins going against Atlanta. Up-tempo game. They're favored in this game. Wiggins is just a baller. For him to value, you need 32. He's going to play the minutes. He's averaging 30 fantasy points on season. Fair price for him right in the mid-tier. I think he's not going to hurt you. You can kind of just put him in and move on. You got Barton. They have this dude starting at point guard right now. And we know, point guards, they get the massive usage. This dude already likes shooting as it is. It's not the best matchup against Boston. That's the thing that kind of, but they are at home, and they play a lot better at home. He hasn't been doing nothing special, but he's playing the minutes. And we know this guy has 50-point upside. We've seen it in the past. For him to hit value, you need about 31, 32. Averaging 29 on the season, but this is kind of a mixture of, on the bench, not playing 20 minutes to starting playing 38 minutes. So overall, I think this is a very fair price tag. I think he's definitely going to get you close to that if he's going to start once again at point guard. Last guy I'm going to talk about, man, this dude just keeps going down in price, and he's not doing horrible. 5.5, you can put him in your cash games, move on. He's going to play you close to 30. 32, 33 minutes. Great matchup, up-tempo game against Indiana. I really like him. I think he's going to play, 30, we'll probably play about 33 minutes, probably get you 26, 27 fantasy points, what you need to hit value. And then I'm going to mention it's a very good matchup against Indiana, up-tempo. So I definitely think this is a game he can have a great game, hit a 40 spot. I like him. I definitely think this is a great spot for Batum. Small forward, Antetokounmpo, for me, he's just GPP. He's too expensive. For him to hit value at 11.6 price tag, you're going to need about 57, 58. He can definitely get you there. He got 78 a couple games ago, but, he's a guy, okay, so it's kind of tough. So, 63, 54, 78, 53, he missed these 2 games. So, you're like, okay, he hasn't been playing bad, but he had a long stretch of getting high 30s, 40s. That's going to kill you on this price tag. That's why I say, for me, he's a GPP play, even though he is a solid play. Butler came back from his absence and balled out, did what Butler did, and I like Butler. He's playing very well. This is a very solid matchup against Atlanta. They are favored. 9.4 for him, price tag for him to hit value. You're going to need about 46. That's kind of, but, he can get there. He's averaging 41 on the season, so I don't think he's going to get you far off. Great spot. I like Butler. And we got Barnes. If you're looking for consistency, I mean, this guy is just consistent. 6.6. For him to hit value, you're going to need about 32, 33. He's averaging 31 on the season. He plays his minutes no matter what. He's their leading scorer. And this guy, I mean, he's just consistent. Besides this 20-point game, I mean, 27, 39, 37, 24, 33, 33, 44. I mean, he's just consistent. Like I said, I like him. Richardson, I mean, I don't really like nobody in this game, Dallas and Heat, but I like both of these small forwards because they've been playing very well. I mean, he's just like Barnes. He's been playing the minutes. He's been consistent. He's got you 30 in 5 of the past 6. For him to hit value, you need 32. I mean, when Tyler Johnson come back, he may lose a minute or two, but he's still going to play close to 35 minutes. The coaches really like this guy. He's a starting shooting guard. The backup, he's a backup point guard. I mean, he gets his minutes. You really got to like him. Then we got Jaylen Brown. I mean, I mentioned him last time against the Warriors. I mean, he started out really, really good. He actually didn't do bad. He scored 20 points. He just didn't get the other stats that we needed. But, I mean, he didn't really kill you. He missed value by 6 points. I'm going to go right back to the well against Denver. For him to hit value, you need about 27. He's averaging 26 on the season. He's going to play, 33 minutes, for the most part. It's kind of what he's averaging on the season. I definitely like the young guy. Power forward. I don't usually recommend Simmons, okay? For me, I think he's still a GPP play. But, I mean, you need 42 for him to hit value. He's averaging 41 on the season. The minutes are back up. I mean, he's got you at least 42 in the past 3 games with the 60 burger. I mean, this is not a bad matchup against Milwaukee. So, I mean, I like him. He is a GPP play for me just because the guy, I mean, he scored 19, 21, and 22 in the past 3, but he usually doesn't score that much. He usually scores like 12. He's averaging, I guess, 17 on the season, so, it's all right. But for me, GPP, solid play, though, either way. Saric, his teammate, I mean, besides last game, I mean, he was banging kind of down low where Adams is, and you kind of really don't want to mess with Steven Adams. He only got 20, but before that, I mean, he got 30, 37, 36, 30, 31. So we got, 30 plus in 5 straight games. For him to hit value, you need about 33. He's averaging 27 on the season. I actually really like him in this matchup. I think he can have a great game. I mean, Young, he had a little bit of a rough stretch where he was kind of like wasn't playing well a little bit, but he's back to doing what he does. I mean, in the past 4 games, he's got you at least 35 fantasy points. You need 32 for him to hit value. He's averaging 27 on the season. I like him. I like him once again. I definitely think he can have. I think he's solid. I think you can actually. He's borderline cash, borderline GPP. But, I mean, if you put him in your cash games, I wouldn't blame you. I mean, he's playing very well right now. He's averaging 27 on the season, like I said. Very respectable number. You got Gibson, Mr. Cash Game staple. Just put him in and move on. For him to hit value, you need 28, averaging 27 on the season. Playing his 33 to 35 minutes a game. He's going to get you mid-20s at least fantasy-wise. I love Gibson. I always play him. Last guy I'm going to talk about, the young guy. For Boston, the price is just fair. For him to hit value, you need 27, averaging 26 on the season. For the most part, he's going to play low 30 minutes. He does a little bit of everything. He is somewhat up and down, but, not too much. He just, as young guys, they're going to have off games. That's kind of their growing pains. But he's in a solid spot going against Denver. We'll finish it off with center. Okay. Strictly GPP, but I mean, Dwight Howard has been killing. I was looking at the numbers and I was like, oh shit. So if you look at this guy, I mean, he's playing very well. I mean, 53, 49, 46, 51, 51, 60, 55. I mean, he went against Whiteside and he dominated Whiteside. He said, what? Man, get out of here. 20 and 16. Going against Whiteside, 4 blocks. I mean, I was talking about it that day. I didn't know who was going to win that battle. Dwight Howard said, hey, bro, you ain't got nothing on me. And he took over. He's playing well right now. He shut me up, when I was debating him or Whiteside. So I'm going to have to give him a little love. Solid GPP play. Definitely has some upside in an up-tempo game against Indiana. Pretty athletic guy. Can run up and down. I definitely like him. Anthony Towns going against Atlanta. But they really don't have any big guys that are going to scare you. I mean, he's got you at least 50 in the past 2 games. He's going against Atlanta. This is another good matchup for him. I mean, 9.8 for him. I mean, for him to have value, going to need about 48, averaging 43 on the season. Once again, I like Towns. I know I recommend him a lot, but he's a really good young guy. Plays very well. He plays a lot of minutes. You got Jokic. I mean, straight GPP. He's at home, so I like him a little bit more. You need about 47, 48 for value. He's going to be going against Horford, who's a pretty good defender. I mean, the only reason I'm really mentioning him is just because, I mean, he's coming off a triple-double. I mean, he has triple-double upside any night. You know, he has 70 fantasy point upside. So, I mean, I think he's a solid GPP play. You look at Gasol, up-tempo game against Phoenix. I mean, he's their best player, coming off a great game, 55-point fantasy point outing, triple-double against the Clippers and DeAndre Jordan. I like him. I definitely like him. His price is fair. You need 40 for him to hit value. He's averaging 38 on the season. It's a solid play. Then I like Horford. I mean, I mentioned him against Golden State Warriors, and he didn't disappoint. He got it 6 times value. I'm going to go back to the well. You need 35 for him to hit value. He's averaging 34 on the season. Going against Denver, they're going to need him to go against Jokic, so he's going to be out there as long as he doesn't get in foul trouble. Al Horford, solid play for sure. Think you can put him in your cash games and move on. One guy that I'm really looking at, Monroe. Lynn has been out, and he's getting minutes. I mean, tonight he only got 15. So, I could definitely see tomorrow possibly they, maybe sit Chandler because he played. Let's see how much he played real quick today. Chandler's right here. Sorry, I just want to see so we can kind of, because Monroe, he's been playing pretty good minutes. So Chandler played 30 minutes tonight. It's going to be a back-to-back going against Gasol. I could see maybe Monroe starting tomorrow. If he starts, you just lock him in and just move on. So definitely pay attention to that news. That's kind of some weird stuff that Phoenix has been doing. But I like Monroe, especially if he's going to start. So, yeah, hey, that's kind of where I'm at for these picks. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, click that like button. As always, I'm going to go through each position and pick somebody that I'm really liking. And, we'll get this done. So, I like Bledsoe, up-tempo game, fair price. Somebody I'm really looking at. I actually really like Nicholas Batum. He's just too cheap. At small forward, I'm going to have to go with, I like Jimmy Butler. Power forward, we will go, I'm not trying to do the cop-out, but it's my boy, though. Center, Al Horford. 6,300 to play with. You got so much to play with. You could even go, let me see. I like Barton. He's starting. You can even go a Booker. No, hold on. You can even go a Booker or Evans, 200 more, and still have 6,700. So, I mean, this is something I like. But I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to let you pay up where you want to pay up at. I like Batum. I think he's a good cash game play. So, yeah, hey, this is something I'm going to kind of give you. This is something I'm liking tomorrow, a basic core. Like I said, it is early in the day, so keep an eye out for that injury news. Make sure to click the like button once again. And, hey, let's get some money. I'll talk to you later.